Hello students, I'm Lata here. I think you all agree with me that pronouncing some words in English is really very confusing and at times difficult too, especially when we have words with silent letters. I discussed some words having silent letters in one of my videos. So there is nothing that you or I can do about these silent letters. But yes, there are some rules which can help us to pronounce these words having silent letters correctly. So today I'm going to share with you some rules which will be followed by some examples. So let's begin. Now let's take the letter A. Most of the time we pronounce the letter A, but if the word ends in I-C-A-L-L-Y, we don't pronounce it. For example, automatically. It is not automatically, but it's automatically. Basically, logically, practically, specifically. So remember the first rule, that is, if the word ends in I-C-A-L-L-Y, then we generally don't pronounce the letter A. Okay? But be careful. This rule doesn't always apply in all the words that end in A-L-L-Y. For example, in these words, we pronounce the letter A, specially, ideally, generally, vocally. Now, let's look at the letter B. We usually don't pronounce the B if it is after M at the end of a word. That is, which ends with MB. Now look at these words. Bomb, comb, climb, lamb, dumb, limb, thumb, womb, tomb. So it is not thumb, but it's thumb. Thumb. Of course, in the words, there are few such words where the B is before T, we don't pronounce the B here. For example, debt, doubt, subtle. But when MB is in the middle of the word, most of the time we pronounce both the letters. For example, number, member, symbol, umbrella. So we pronounce both the letters. Occasionally, remember, occasionally after M, in the middle of the word, after M, the B is not pronounced. We say climber, not climber. Climber, plumber. Climber, plumber. Remember, occasionally. So now let's come to the letter C. C is almost silent when it is after an S and before an E or an I. Now look at these words. So here you'll find the letter C silent, which is after S and before E, scent. So the C is silent. So look at these words now. Scent, descent, fluorescent, fascinate. Now see here. The C is after an S, before an I. So the C is silent here. Fascinate. Science. The C is after S and before an I. Science. Muscle. Scissors. Now let's come to the letter D. D is silent before the letter G. Here, look at these words. So the D is before G. Badge. Bridge. So here the DG sounds like the J in jam. Badge, bridge, budget, edge, fridge, judge, knowledge. So the letter D is silent before the letter G. Some common words which have a silent D are handkerchief, handsome, sandwich, Wednesday. So we don't say handkerchief, we say handkerchief. Handsome. It is not sandwich, but sandwich. It is not Wednesday, it is Wednesday. There are lots of silent E in English. Normally, when the E is at the end of the word, we don't pronounce it. See these words which end with E. Before, bridge, example, give, have, some, cape, hope, come. So here all the E's are silent. That is, when the E is at the end of the word, we don't pronounce it. Now, another rule. If the past form of the verb ends in ed, then the E is normally silent. For example, the past form of the verb help is helped. It is not helped. The E is silent. So look at these words. Helped, looked. It is not looked, it's looked. Jumped, talked. But students, remember, we only pronounce the E in an ed ending if the base verb ends in D or T. For example, ended. So here we pronounce the letter E. Ended. Started, wanted, frustrated, granted, landed, guided. So let's come to the letter G. We don't pronounce the word G if it is followed by an N at the beginning of the word. But don't worry, there are not as many words like this. Okay, now say with me, gnat, no, no. So I think these are new words for you. So gnat is a small two-winged fly which is just like a mosquito. And no means bite or nimble, just like a rat. And gnome means symbol of good luck. So the G is also silent if the GN is at the end of a word. For example, campaign, sign, design, foreign, rain. So another rule to remember regarding G. So GH is usually silent after a vowel sound. In these words, here you see before GH there is a U, the vowel sound. See these words: daughter, thought, way, night, through. Also remember, G is silent before an N, before an M, and before L. Rain, diaphragm, intaglio. So students, in this video, we discussed the silent letters A, B, C, D, E, and G. You can find out some more words having these silent letters and add to the list and practice them. In my next video, we will discuss the other silent letters. If you liked this video, do subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.